Alright guys, what's up? How you guys doing? I had to shut the window because they playing music and I don't want to get my video copyrighted just because it's some background music that I don't even like. I told you I don't like the music nowadays, so I gotta shut the window and it feels good, you know. Today is the 4th of July, and that's realistically the reason why I'm making this video. But today is the 4th of July, a national holiday. It feels really good outside. It feels good. Like last night was freezing. Last night was very cold. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get into the video, but just please stick with me. Stick with me throughout this video. Last night was freezing. It was like 50, 60, and it felt like it was winter. That was amazing, I ain't gonna lie. I kept that window open all night. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? I already had asked that, but because I'm talking so long, I want to ask again. How you guys doing? How's your day? Today's a national holiday. Everybody's celebrating. You know, it's a part of the world to do this. You know, when we were at the grocery store yesterday, the grocery store was so packed yesterday. So packed, so packed. All the food was sold out. You couldn't even get nothing. You had to literally get leftovers. No broccoli, no sweets, no juices, no water. The water was gone because today's a holiday. You know, everybody abides by these holidays because, anyway, I'll get into that later. I got my notes written here. Can you guys see it? I got some notes, stuff I just want to talk about in this video real quick. I don't want this video to be too long and I don't want this to get too deep. I just want to tackle something lightly, you know. I got some notes here. You know, usually I'll write down notes on this phone. I'm recording with this phone right now. I'll write down some notes and then come back to it later. And the problem with that is that I'll write down notes and then I'll be in the mood to talk about it, but write down the notes. So then I have to get back into the mood to talk about it. But today I'm in the mood right now. So one of the things I want to talk about is Christians. Now, this might be a sensitive video to people, so I'm gonna give y'all a full warning. I know a lot of people are very sensitive now, so I have to be careful with what I say, and this is social media. If you disagree with anything that I'm saying in this video, just click off. Don't leave a hateful comment in the comment section. Don't be disrespectful, because if I see content that I disagree with, I will not disrespect the person. I'll just click off the video. I don't give them attention. So if you disagree with what I'm saying, just click off the video. I have to say that because this is social media. Today is a national holiday and I'm gonna tackle a topic that's very sensitive. You know, everybody abides by these holidays. And I'm looking at my notes, remember. If you realistically want to become a Christian, if you want to be a Christian and serve God, follow Jesus' steps, serve God, his father, Jesus' father. If you want to become an authentic Christian, then Jehovah is the way. Now, like I said earlier, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. And when I mean earlier, I mean in my other videos. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. Clearly, I have dreads. I have dreads. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. I make mistakes. I accidentally started the social media off by cussing. I wasn't studying Jehovah at the time. You know, when you learn the Bible, you have to study often. But I slipped up with that. I just let the worldly side of me take over, and I cussed. I make mistakes, you know. But I'm not illiterate or stupid. I just make mistakes. You know, we all make mistakes as people. I accidentally cussed, and that's my fault. You know, got a bonnet on. I throw on a t-shirt. I had a marina on. I brush my teeth. My face is dry. I just throw on a t-shirt. So please stick with me throughout this video so you can learn something. You know, I make mistakes. I'm not a, you know, we all make mistakes. But me, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. I don't want you guys to categorize me as with them just because I talk about Jehovah. Jehovah is God. I'm not just talking about a group of people, because I make mistakes and I don't want you to categorize me with them, because those are amazing, beautiful people. And then I don't want y'all to think, oh, I'm one of them, and then y'all think everyone's like that. I am not one of them. I have to say that so you can understand what I'm getting at with this point. So to become an authentic Christian, Jehovah is the way. You're following Jesus' example. Now, Jesus Christ is the Son. He's an amazing leader. He's an amazing example. The Bible gives us so many scriptures, so much content for us to follow in Jesus' steps. The Bible is the word of God. It's the holy word. It's the word that tells the truth. It's the word that people follow so they can live a better life, so they can live with morals. This world don't have morals because this world is ran by Satan. This world has demons. We share this planet with demons, glitches, bots. We share this planet with people who don't even think. They just act, then they think after. I mean, we live in such a weird world, you know. And let me get back to my point when I said this world is ran by Satan. You know, this world has reinterpreted the Bible. That's why people celebrate birthdays and celebrate holidays. So when you follow the Bible tells people that becoming a Christian, you have to follow in Jesus' example. And a part of Jesus' example, a part of following the Bible, you know, when the Bible mentions birthdays, the Bible mentioned birthdays for two bad things. The two times the Bible has mentioned birthdays, they have been horrible. The Bible has never mentioned birthdays in a beautiful light. The times when the Bible has mentioned birthdays has always been bad. The people who are celebrating birthdays in the Bible were not following God's word. So why does the world idolize and worship birthdays? I just said it. Satan is the God of the world like 30 seconds ago. Why does the world celebrate holidays if holidays are against Jehovah's word, if holidays are against the Bible? The Bible don't mention holidays. They don't mention holidays in a limelight. They never say, hey, celebrate all these days every year. Christmas, 4th of July. Today is 4th of July. People worship 4th of July. People put their soul into this. You know, at the store yesterday, the store was packed. People were saving up all their money, saving up all their food stamps to go the day before the holiday so they could get everything and then abide by these days. This whole week, this whole month could be empty, but when a holiday pop up, everybody's outside and they doing something. Why is that? Y'all just make sure that y'all have to do it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. You know, you get what I'm saying? So these people, they abide by these days all the time, all year round. And I remember I used to do that. I'm thinking about my life lately. Lately, I've just been thinking about me and the stuff that I used to do. Today is 4th of July. I'm Jamaican. I used to celebrate holidays religiously. I used to celebrate my birthday religiously, but I was able to change. Now, like I said, I'm not an authentic Christian. I make a lot of mistakes. Sometimes I don't even want to study the Bible. Sometimes I don't even want to do this. Sometimes I want to be myself. I just uploaded a video game a few days ago, just in a nostalgia. I just been in my own world, in my own nostalgia. I want to play video games on my channel. I want to play more video games on my channel. Like, I want to buy some more stuff. Like, I want to play video games. I want to do stuff for me. So, to be honest, I'm going against the Bible. I'm going against Jehovah. I'm not doing what he's wanting me to do. I'm not doing what he's suggesting me to do. God, Jehovah, he doesn't tell you what to do and forces you to do it. He just gives you guidance and boundaries like a parent. You know how your parents are. Don't do that. You know, I was a kid your age. Don't do that. And then the kid ignores their parents and then do it. And then they find out, oh, shoot, my mom was right. My dad was right. That's God. He sees everything all over the planet. So he's going to tell you, don't do this. Don't do that. Be careful of that. That's pagan. That's why when becoming a Jehovah's Witness, you know, you're not supposed to celebrate birthdays. You're not supposed to celebrate holidays. And a lot of people think it's just religion. Oh, you're a cult. Your religion. It's not a cult. Like, be respectful. It's not a cult. Don't lie to the people. Plus, it's not just a religious thing. It's historical. Some things isn't just religion. Some things isn't just a master told their people to follow it. The dog is barking trying to distract me. What the hell? Some things isn't just a religious leader told them to do it. Some things is historical. Like, the origins of birthdays is scary. I just talked about it in this video right here. I talked about it in this video right here, and my mother talked about it in this video right here. So these two videos, I talked about it. I talked about the origins of birthdays and holidays. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna do more, obviously, in the future. But some things isn't religion. Some things isn't just a religious thing that people created and just try to follow. Some things is just realistically in our history. The origins of birthdays, the origins of holidays goes against what Jehovah says. Birthdays, holidays, birthdays is pagan. It's following either folklore or mythology or witchcraft. And the Bible already said, do not follow witchcraft. Do not follow paganism. You get what I'm saying? Becoming a Jehovah's Witness is becoming an authentic Christian. And I see that now. If you want to become an authentic Christian, follow Jehovah's words. Follow what he says. Today is 4th of July. I said it like 50 times. I know. And I know you guys obviously know. I know. But I'm getting to a point. Now, this holiday necessarily isn't really paganism. This holiday is more nationalism. Nationalism is when you are fully 100% devoted to a nation. United States, Canada, Jamaica. Excuse me for a second. I have a Jamaican flag. Now, I told you, I'm not an authentic Christian. I really wanted the Jamaican flag because I'm Jamaican. So I kind of went against Jehovah. I mean, I even wore it for when I went to go see Bob Marley movie. Like, I kind of just want to have fun, even though I'm being a hypocrite. I told you I'm being a hypocrite. So I'm Jamaican. I love the Jamaican flag. We're not supposed to be worshiping flags. Now, me, I don't worship flags. I don't worship flags. but I want this flag. And a lot of people have, when people put flags on the churches, that's why there's a lot of false churches going on. They don't even teach you about God. They tell you that there's hell. They lie to the people to scare you. A lot of false churches just lie to people and tell them hell so you can scare them and force them to want to serve a God. Then you give them these boundaries so they feel like they're trapped in a prison. They turn religion into a prison cell and they make people scared of it. That's why I hate false churches, and I could do a video on that deeper in the future. False churches have flags, which is, again, nationalism, which is against God. A lot of churches, homes. A lot of people have homes that flex the flag on their front lawn. World War II, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, Vietnam War, the Gulf War, the war against terrorism. You get what I'm saying? Like, people, World War I, Cold War. So nationalism, you abide by a nation. That's what 4th of July is. So today is abided by a nation. They stopped the music? Can I open this? Thank you. It's hot. All right. So a lot of holidays either is paganism, folklore, magic, nationalism. Am I missing anything else? Witchcraft. There it is, witchcraft. Oh, they starting up with the music. Jesus Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hot. It's not like 90 degrees, but it's like 70, 80, 83, something. Like, I'm trying to, like, what you doing? Oh my God. Sorry. All right. I kind of said my whole point. This is after 10 minutes now. Yeah, I talked about cutting out certain things. If you want to become an authentic Christian, you have to follow the Bible word for word. You follow Jesus' example. That's why Jesus came on earth. Jesus came on earth to give us a second chance. That's why they massacred him. They massacred him. They massacred the apostles. Jesus came on earth to give us an example. Jesus came on earth to show us, okay, it is possible to serve God. That's what Jehovah Witnesses do. And I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of authentic Christians out there who are not Jehovah's Witnesses, but they still mess up on one thing. They celebrate holidays, and they know that holidays is against the word. The Bible doesn't glaze holidays. I say glaze. The Bible doesn't glaze or idolize holidays. They don't idolize birthdays. The times that they mention birthdays were bad, and they know this. But because the Bible has been rewritten, redistributed, man, I'm so glad I got the old Bibles, but still, even then, they still say the same thing. Bibles have been rewritten like years after Jesus died, like a few years after, like they've been rewritten for centuries. They even used to teach Christianity to slaves. Our ancestors, like 200 years ago, they used to teach them Christianity. These are slave masters. That's why slave masters were Freemasons. Don't let me get deep into that. That's a whole other separate topic for another video. But these slave masters used to teach Christianity to slaves. Your purpose is to be a slave. They used to reinterpret the Bible to slaves. That was so satanic what they used to do, to making it seem like slaves' purposes, the Bible or God's purpose for black man to be a slave to the white man. That was completely satanic. They flipped the entire meaning of the Bible with that. I remember when they mentioned that in school, I was like, what? You teaching slaves Christianity and telling them that they're meant to be slaves? What the hell type of demonic thing is that? That's demons. That's dark. That hurt. You don't have freedom of will. What you mean? Anyway, I'm sorry. I got deep into it. But becoming a Christian, you're following Jesus' example. You're following the Bible's example. You're following Jehovah. You're putting your 100% into Jehovah. That's why it's not a cult thing. It's not a religious thing. Jehovah Witnesses is not a cult. Jehovah Witnesses is not a religion. It's just putting in. You're witnessing Jehovah. You're putting in. You're 100% into Jehovah. You're spreading that to people. That's why they knock on doors. That's why they have JW.org. That's why they have publications online. Like, you gotta understand. I think people just get scared. They think the word religion means cult, or there's hundreds of religions out there. There's 300 religions out there. There's religions for anything. I could create religion. I could literally create 10 religions right now. Like, I could literally create a church, create religion, and then people will come to me. That's how deep this religion topic goes. So when I hear Jehovah's Witnesses say, oh, it's a religion. Their religion. They do what they want to do. They follow man. Jehovah's not a man because he have a name. I mean, because the name is Jehovah. Like, come on. They think that, like, some people think Jehovah is just a man. Like, my grandfather thinks Jehovah is a man. I had to look at him. I was like, how? When did we ever say he was a man? I said God. Then I say his name. I say God and Jehovah. Anyway, that's besides the point. But not to call him out. If he sees this video, I'm sorry, but I gotta use you as an example. Yeah, but becoming a Jehovah's Witness, following Jehovah's word, like I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, but I see morals in the Bible. Just reading the Bible, reading the work. That's why we have online publications. I have the Bible right here. When we went to the Kingdom Hall. Where's my book? Where's my book? Here it is. I have a Bible right here. New World Translation, because I don't understand what they're saying then. People got to understand, the Bible has been rewritten hundreds of times. I'm exaggerating, but hundreds of times. It was rewritten to say God's name, to say God instead of Jehovah. So they be reinterpreting it and they confuse themselves and they confuse everyone else. Becoming a Christian, you're following Jesus' word. You're following Jehovah. You're following the Bible. You're following the words. You know, mankind makes mistakes. Don't follow them. Follow more the word. The word has always been here. So when you follow the word, that's where Jehovah exists from. That's where the whole Jehovah Witnesses exist from. That's it, though. I think that's all I wanted to say. Realistically, I didn't even have to look at my notes. I said it off the top of my head. So what does pure worship mean then? Pure worship, 100% given to Jehovah. Jehovah Witnesses pray very, very often, very, very strong. They try to remove themselves. They really do remove themselves from Jehovah, take themselves away from things that will destroy their strength. You know, that's why, and another topic, that's why a lot of Jehovah Witnesses, when you go to the Kingdom Hall, they will have these videos. These videos will give examples on what to follow. They give examples on things for us to follow so we can learn, so how we could be better Christians, so we could be better servants to Jehovah, so Jehovah can accept our worship. So there'll be these publications, these videos, these actors, Jehovah Witnesses actors, they have a JW org, they have their version of Hollywood. I'm kidding, it's not really Hollywood, but they have their version of their system. Because realistically, Jehovah Witnesses live in their own world compared to the world. That's why they say they're no part of the world. It's not a cult thing, it's not a religious thing. I have to say that 50,000 times because this is going to be uploaded on YouTube and this is going to be uploaded on social media. Social media is a sensitive, scary, I have to be careful in how I word my words. So that's why they say they are not a part of the world, because the world is operated by Satan. It's the opposite of Jehovah. So they take themselves away from that. A lot of Jehovah Witnesses, men Jehovah Witnesses I'm talking about, a lot of them stay off of social media because social media idolizes porn. Softcore porn. Softcore porn is when you see a girl in jeans, but her body is shapely. Like she's curvy, That's softcore porn. A bikini, a dress that's showing leg, cleavage. That's softcore porn. It turns you on. You're going to want to watch some real porn, or you're going to want to go. The problem with sin, the problem with mankind is that we have sin from our ancestors, Adam and Eve. Eve did it. Eve gave it to Adam. Adam gave it to all of us. So now we got to suffer. And that's tough. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. But our natural state is that we love to love. So the 7 deadly sins are in our natural state: envy, lust, wrath, gluttony, sloth, greed, and pride. I got it? Wait, am I repeating? I don't know. I might have messed up somewhere. But those are the sins. Anyway, our natural demonic state is that all 7 of those sins appear in human beings. Like when you look at an evil person, they always replicate the 7 deadly sins. They represent greed or pride or wrath or lust. So guys, social witnesses, they stay off of social media because porn is everywhere. There's softcore porn, like I just named, a shapely woman or a woman showing skin, or OnlyFans. That's just regular porn. Then there's porn sites. Then there's porn content. There's Twitter. Twitter is now porn. That's why if you want to serve God, you're gonna have to get off of Twitter. You can't go on Twitter. Twitter is porn. You just delete Twitter. You know, a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, they delete social media. Like my friend who moved to Florida, he deleted Facebook. He deleted everything. He was in his own universe. I was like, yeah. Social media is pulling us apart one by one, bro. That's why I say get off social media. That's why I gave y'all examples of me. I was able to enter my own world, my own universe, because I was off of social media. Get off of it. So that's why I say get off of social media. And that's why Jehovah says get off social media, because he knows as the God. He says it. You know, Satan has his arms and hands and fingers in every damn thing that we do. Everything. Eat food, movies, music, social media. What? You can't do anything as a Christian if you got Satan in it, of course. So they've removed themselves from it. I'm editing right now and I forgot to add that part in. Let me clarify. A lot of men delete social media because when a man sees a beautiful woman, his natural state is to lust. To lust. It's going to turn you on. It's going to get you horny. So they delete it to avoid that. That's so messed up. Like, you naturally see a shapely woman, a good, attractive looking woman with her body, it's going to automatically turn a man on to lust. So you have to literally remove yourself from that area to avoid you from wanting to lust, masturbating, watching porn. It's tough. It's tough. So to sum up that point, men delete social media to serve Jehovah. Even though I ain't gonna lie, I have seen certain Jehovah Witnesses have Instagram. I remember there was a family from Australia that I met back in September last year. Oh, that was a lit era. That was a lit month. I was chilling. I was in my own nostalgia world. I was looking at some nostalgic content. I was lit. I told you, get off social media, you get to be in your own world. So I met them. Amazing family. They're beautiful. They're like, yeah, come to Australia. I'm not going to Australia because spiders. The huntsman spiders is as big as this Bible. That's how big the huntsman spiders is. Look at that compared to my head. That's huge. You want me to go to Australia for that? That's tough. Anyway, they were like, yo, come to Australia. Come hang with us. I'm like, all right. They're beautiful people. Jehovah Witnesses. They all show love and compassion. So what they do is, these people are really, like, when I went to the Kingdom Hall the other day, you know, I haven't been to the Kingdom. I told you I made mistakes. See, I haven't been to the Kingdom Hall in months. So when we went back the other day, one of the friends was like, hey, what y'all doing this summer? Just come over, man. We need to talk. Let's have some fun. Let's all be hot together because July is always hot. Beautiful people. So a family in Australia, she showed me when they went to Africa. I forgot which country was in Africa, but they went to Madagascar, I think it was. Madagascar, yeah. She took pictures and was on Instagram. They were on Instagram. That was beautiful, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, okay. You really, so some Jehovah's Witnesses can be on social media. They just turn their social media to themselves. There's a lot of JW pages. There's a lot of JW accounts. They post scriptures. They post the beauty of Jehovah. They post that Jehovah's within us. They post when they go to the conventions. The convention just passed. They post when witnesses travel the whole world. They're just being beautiful, authentic, clean people. It's different from what social media really is in Satan's world. Lust, anger, wrath, industry plants, celebrities. I don't know if I want to talk about celebrities. That's going to take me away from Jehovah. But there's so much darkness with what's on the phone. I want to clean this and end this video now. So I basically talked about everything. I mentioned polytheism. I mentioned 100% worship to Jehovah. You know, a lot of people hop on social media and promote Jesus and they don't know Jehovah, so they promote Jesus and they think Jesus is God. But Jesus is the Son and Jehovah is the Father. They promote Jesus, and a lot of people promote Jesus. A lot of girls promote Jesus, but I don't want to say the word because I'm trying to be clean, but like 304s. 304s. If you know what 304 means, then if you know, you know. But a lot of girls is with the you know. So a lot of girls is talking about Jesus this, Jesus that, but you're making Jesus look like he's just accept anything. He's not, like, I make mistakes, so Jesus, he loves all of us, but I'm not accepted towards him because I listen to hip-hop music. I listen to 90s hip-hop. I play shooter video games. Call of Duty, that's my favorite, GTA. I watch horror movies. I love horror movies, Conjuring. So I have a lot to work on if I want to become a Jehovah's Witness, but right now, I'm just having fun because I'm 19. I'm 19, you know? So, what else? A lot of girls say Jesus follower and Christians, but they don't act like it. They post porn. Let's be honest. They post softcore porn or they post porn. A lot of people just a lot of people like to do Jesus motivational videos, but then behind the scenes, they worship money. Give me money. I want a man that can make me millions. I want a man who's an entrepreneur. What? You sound like you're greedy. You sound like you don't appreciate nothing. And you talking about Jesus? Man, don't get me started on that. Girls, hypocrites. So, yeah, I think that's enough for this video. I know this video is very long. But, man, Jehovah's beautiful. Jehovah's the way, the truth, the light. If you want to serve and become Christian, Christ is in his name. It's in the word. You gotta follow the Bible. You gotta follow them. You know, I don't want this video to come off disrespectful. That's why I kind of gave like a brief censorship at the start of the video. Like, I'm just being real. I think they stopped with the music. Let me open it one more time before I end this video. Even if they're playing music, that's tough. I might just cut it out. But yeah, just Christians. It's something that shouldn't have been so tampered with. It's been tampered with because social media, because of movies, because of people who are hypocrites. Now, like I said a million times, you guys are probably tired of me saying it. I am not a Christian. I am not a Jehovah's Witness. I'm telling you that I'm not. But some people say, I'm a Christian and then do bad things. Look, the Coryxkenshin even call themselves Christians. You know that? The Coryxkenshin have Bibles and they hate black. See? So I knew something was up with that. I was like, look, that's not real Christianity. When I first saw that as a kid, and this was years before I knew Jehovah. When I first saw that as a kid, I was like, something's up with that. How are you a Christian, but you kill people? You're racist. That's a different level of Satanism in you. If you're racist, don't get me started with that. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys made it to this time in the video, I hope you guys learned something. This video wasn't supposed to be almost 30 minutes long, but I got into what I was saying. So hopefully you guys stay for that. These videos are gonna be long because I like to get into this. This is historical, it's not just religion. People like to just say religion. Anyway, just stay safe out on there. I don't really like holidays because a lot of people just wild out on holidays. Like, I just saw something about July 4th attacks. I'm like, what? Stop hitting me with bad news on my phone. Come on. Anyway, holiday. I remember when I used to celebrate 4th of July. That's realistically why I'm making this video, man. I remember we would go to the cookouts. Like, right now, I'll be there. Like, 7 years ago, I haven't been to a July 4th cookout since 2018. 2018 was the last one. 2019, I told you, I stopped celebrating birthdays and holidays way before I knew about Jehovah. In 2021, I just stopped naturally. So in 2019, I remember that July 4th, 2019, I was at home watching Spider-Man. I was watching Spider-Man. I went to go get some food because I'm hungry. I'm not getting food because of the holiday. I'm hungry. So I went to go get some food. I'm just chilling. 2018 was the last 4th of July. I mean, I even had a woman whine on me. I had a woman dance on me. See, nostalgia. Nostalgia is going to make me be like, hey, I want to go back to a cookout so girls could dance on me again. That was 2018. So no, the videos on Facebook. I was young. I was a youth. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, 2017, Coryxkenshin posted Injustice 2 today in 2017. So it was a lot of nostalgia around July 4th. I remember even July 4th in 2017, I was playing Infinite Warfare Campaign. I have good memory. I was playing Far Cry 5 July 4th, 2018, Crush on Beyonce. I remember what I was doing. So yeah, this video is long. I need to end this right now. Okay. If you want to become an authentic Christian, realistically, serve Jehovah. It's beautiful and it's worth it. If you don't want to become a Christian, please do not leave a hateful comment in the video. I will not leave. Don't leave a hateful comment in the comment section. I wouldn't do that to you. If I disagree with something, then I'll click off of it. If you don't want to become a Christian, that's your choice. You have free will. Jehovah will never force you to do anything. God will never force you to do anything. His son, Jesus Christ, will never force you to do anything. I'm just giving you a limelight on how to choose correctly because we are in the end times. Anyway, if you guys like this video, please like, share. It's not always about numbers, liking and share. Just share the video so people can know. Comment down below. If you have any questions, you know, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, but I do know enough. I know a lot. You know, jw.org. If you have any, questions. If I could put the link in the description, I might put the. If I could put the link, I'll put the link in the description. But it's time to big up the truth. So we gotta talk about what's really right. Anyway, yeah. Like and share. Realistically, share so people can know. Stay safe out there. This is a holiday. A lot of people do anything on these holidays. So I don't like celebrating holidays. I'm so glad we stopped with that. Just be safe. Take care of your family. Whatever you want to do. I named everything, and I will see y'all eventually when I see y'all. Peace out.